What is up, guys? Sonduren Fanarredha here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to properly clean the windshield and glass on your car. The first thing you'll actually want to do is make sure you wash the car on the exterior completely. So I just did a video on that. If you haven't seen or you want to know how to properly wash your car, I can link that in the card above. But the car's on the exterior is clean, but the important part is now you want a crystal clear window to look at, right? You want to make sure there's no smudges on the window. And that's why typically I recommend when you wash the car, you dry the windows right away because you don't want those water spots on the car. But regardless, you're still going to have a lot of buildup and dirt potentially on the inside of the glass and on the inside of the windshield, and still maybe potentially smudges on the outside. I want to talk to you about some of the tools that I'm using that actually makes this process just so much easier to do when you're talking about the glass. Like, it'd be such a pain for me when you wash your car completely and it's beautiful and you go outside in the sun and there's all these smudges all over and all this oil buildup on your glass. It just doesn't feel clean as the rest of your car. So some things I want to walk you through and some of the learnings I've had is how do you actually clean and wipe down the glass, and with what kind of products or tools do you use? So in my hands with me, I have typically, this is what I would do as my finishing buff off towel for, a wax or sealant, compound or polish. And this is a very, very high pile microfiber. And you can see here on all of the fabrics, this is not something that you'd actually want to use for your windows. This is mainly for you put on a spray wax, you're taking off a wax, or some residue off a sealant, even a ceramic. This is something I wouldn't use for windows. The next one is actually kind of this middle pile piece, and this one is kind of in between this and the other microfiber I'm going to talk to you about. This isn't the greatest either, honestly, in windshields, in cleaning glass. As you go down in piles, you want to have something that's very low pile, something like this. And the reason for this is that a lot of the, you're gonna get some possible residue that's been caught up in these high fibers, waxes, oils, etc. And these fibers, they actually hold that and they're transferring it onto your windshield. This is something that's very low pile. You don't see any of the microfiber really coming out or sticking out. And this is typically why they say, and there's another cheat to this, if you use a newspaper, you can actually clean the glass of your car with a newspaper pretty effectively because there's no pile in the newspaper. And that's why you get such good results cleaning it. So what I'm going to be using is this for the glass, but there's also another tool, and this is kind of that medium pile, but this makes it really easier to go in on the windshield. The biggest problem people face when they're cleaning the inside of their glass, especially on the windshield, is actually getting into the nook and crannies, getting to every corner. This thing allows you to get in the windshield, and you go up like this and you hold it down on the windshield to go up and down, left and right. So I'll show you how to do that, but this just makes it so much easier because you're not getting in the car in a weird way. You're trying to reach in and all the windshield. This makes it so easy. So in terms of like the products that you want to use, you want to make sure you have the right type of microfiber towel with you, so something low pile, and then a tool like this to make sure they can make it easy for you. You're not causing a headache when you're actually doing this. I'm going to be linking all these products in the description box down below, by the way, so you can find them. And then finally, of course, Stoner's Invisible Glass. So I use Stoner's Invisible Glass for all of my glass, and I find it a really good product. I'm going to be showing you how I use it here for the Audi R8. There's a bit of smudging on the inside, and especially on the windshield, which we want to take care of. This is the best way to go ahead and actually take care of your glass in your car after a first cleaning. When you wash the car on the exterior, the other thing you may want to do, especially if you have a clay bar or you're clay barring the car, clay bar all the glass as well. Contaminants can build up on the glass and you want to get all those off. The first thing we'll do now is I'm going to give this a nice wipe down with this low ply microfiber and the Stoner's Invisible Glass. But the main part that we're actually going to be showing you and how we get a lot of that dirt and grime off is on the inside of the car as well. So I'll put that over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake the Stoner's Invisible Glass a bit like this. Now you can either apply it on the glass directly or you can apply it on here. I personally prefer to apply it here so you don't get the rest of the car caught up in the overspray of the Stoner's Invisible Glass. So I'll just put that over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put it in one controllable area for myself, and that's it. I'm just going to be wiping one area all the way out in motions as I come to the inside of the glass, just like that, and I just want to make sure I get all of this here. That's great. And I'm just going to flip this now this way. And I'm gonna do this little piece of glass here. Okay, that's great. Now, I don't want to go overboard with the invisible glass, right? You don't want to put so much invisible glass there, but you still want there to be enough. There's a fine line to that. So I think the amount I just put on was perfect. And now I can see, it's probably hard for you to tell in the video, but I can see all the smudges on the inside of this car glass, or on this driver's side or passenger side glass. And what we're going to do now is open this up, and we're going to take care of all of the smudges on the inside using the low-ply microfiber. So I'll just open this up here, and I'm literally going to do the same thing, except now one thing that you'll want to do is the edges of the windshield or of the glass here, you're going to want to make sure that you capture all that too. So I've just folded my microfiber very nicely like this, and I'm going to be again spraying it on the microfiber. Great. And I'm going to start from the outer edge and go inward. So outer edge and come inward. Great. Just like so. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this around, get a new side, spray some additional stoners, and I'm going to go like this just to get all the edges here. That's it. That's it. Now I'm going to flip it over again. And all I'm going to do is take a dry side and buff it off. Now you're just going to buff it off. Buff it off. Buff it off. And then buff all the edge part that you did off as well. Okay. Now what I like to do is just take a final look. See if you've missed out on any stragglers, but this looks like we did a great job here. Yeah, this is actually a perfect job. The glass is perfectly clean. I'm just gonna give it a look on the exterior again. The glass looks perfect. The glass looks just as perfect as the paint, which is great. So this is the easy part. This is the easiest part to do this. It's the actual hard part is the windshield, so I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. All right, so I'm in the car. As you can see in my car, I don't have much room to lollygag around trying to get inside of the windshield. It's very sporty seats. There's honestly not much room to do this. That's why this is so crucial. All you have to do is take your Stoner's invisible glass, make sure this is clean. Every time you use this on a car and it's really dirty, you clean this. Otherwise, you're using dirty cloths or microfibers to clean your windshield, and it's just gonna get dirtier. So again, clean cloth on this little windshield holder or wiper, and I have my Stoner's invisible glass, and I'm just going to spray a little bit. Okay, and we don't want too much, and I'm going to be doing this half side of this windshield, and then I'm just going to transition over to the passenger and do the other side. So all you're going to do is start up here, and you're going to bring it down. Get a hand, one hand, and that's it. And you're going up and down. You're getting all the crevices. This is the beauty about this, and you can't really do this with just a microfiber towel in your hand. And you're just coming up and down just like this. Look how easy this is. And this was always a big pain in my ass, cleaning all of my windshields. I could probably just make it easier on myself if I just come over to the passenger side, but actually I can probably get all this done right here. It's amazing. And the windshield is clean. This is so much easier to do. If you're cleaning a windshield any other way without this, you're just hurting yourself, and you're just taking up so much time out of your life and stress, and this just makes it stress-free. And now you're actually going to be able to go out there with a clean windshield on your clean car, full visibility for yourself and for your camera, which is protection for yourself as well. If you don't have necessarily a low-ply microfiber, you want a quick hack, the newspaper hack is pretty good and it's pretty effective. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Got a ton of detailing videos. Again, I was a detailer professionally for 6-7 years at this point, and I still do it as a hobby on this car and some of my other cars as well. I just love it. I love keeping like all of my stuff nice and clean and making sure everything's perfect. So please check out those videos. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video.